All right, let's go to the actual solution now. How do you solve this problem? Hopefully you can hear me. So how do you solve this problem? Well, I wrote out the problem here, the profits here. The first constraint was labeled 1 and the second was labeled 2. The first step is to take these constraints and plot them on a graph. And so you have to do some high school algebra. So you're going to have to draw these out. So the first equation, number 1, is y is less or equal minus x plus 200. So you have to solve them for y. The second one is a little bit more difficult. So you have 3,600. Y is less than or equal to minus 2,700x plus this huge number, which I'm not going to try to say anymore. And then you solve for y. And as Kellen pointed out in class today, if this is a negative in front, I would have to switch the sign. But it's not. It's a positive. So I'm going to have this. And notice I'm doing the work as if it was y equals mx plus b. Now, because I have a surface, I can actually just change this around. Divided by 3,600 fractions. It's just 3. It's really just, because I have a surface, I can do this. This is really just 3/4. And the other one is nasty. I guess if you have rupees, you're used to dealing with that large of a number. And that's 1,800. So if I want to erase this, this is 1,800. All right, now I need to plot these. And so I will probably use groups of 200 on my graph just to make it look nice. So if I go here and I plot this, I put 200, 400, 600, 800, and so forth. Like this, just because the numbers look pretty big. So the first one I have is I have y is less than or equal minus x plus 200. So I know the y-intercept is at 200. Let me make a different dot. So there's 200. And then I want to pick something nice that will look nice. So if I like put 100 in here, I get 200 minus 100, which is 100. So I'll have something like this. So this is line number 1. I just plugged in some points on that side to make it work. So here I put in the number 100, and then I get, as the y value, if I put in 100 in for x, I'll get 100 out for y. So that's not quite, but this is 100, 100. It's not perfect, but it'll do. And then the other, so this is label 1, and I have different colors because I'm on a surface. I'm going to put in a green colored for my next one. So this is equation 1. Equation 2 was, oops, that's not the right color. Let's do, the other one was something with 1,800. Minus 3/4 x plus 1,800. So I know that the y-intercept is way up somewhere there. So I'm just going to put a dot somewhere up there. There's 18. Sorry, that was not right. Yeah, that was right. That was correct. I just wrote this wrong. So make that, erase that. And then we'll put some dot up here for 1,800. That's 1,800. So that's 0 and 1,800. That's the intercept. And then I'm going to choose something that makes the 4 go away. So like if I put 400 into here, that'll make the 4 go away. So I have minus 300, so 1800 minus 300 gives me 1600, something really huge. Maybe I want to choose something better than that. 800 would do it. So if I do that, I get 600. So at x equals 800, I get 600 over here. So this is 800 and 600. I'm plugging in numbers that will make the fractions go away and make a number I can actually plot. So I get something like this. And I know that x and y has to be bigger than 0. I already told you that I will forget those two. So I know that I have to stay in the top quadrant. So I have to stay inside here, inside this region like this. So what I get is I have to be below both of these lines, the y values. So that gives me this region down here. That's what I'm seeing. I'm going to run it on decimals just to make sure. And you can't see my decimals calculator, but I want to make sure that my graphing was not so terrible that I can't see it. So if I go into decimals and put y is less than or equal to minus x plus 200, and I get y is less equal to minus 3/4 times x plus 1800. I have to zoom out to see it. Y is bigger or equal to 0. Indeed, I didn't draw that nicely, but indeed I see a triangle here. A nicely drawn triangle because I didn't get the intercepts right, but this is these corners right here. And they're easy to find corners. So this corner right here is 0 and 200. And I said I didn't draw this nicely because if I put x equals 200, it's the other intercept. So this really should be the point 200 for x and 0 for y, and then 0, 0. So I got 3 points that I have here. That's in the overlapping regions underneath both of these. So that gives me 3 points to check. So now I have to make a table. Next step is to make a table. So I'm going to make that table, my x, my y, and my profit. And 0, 0 was one of them. 0, 200 was another. Oops, not 2,200. And the last one was 200 and 0. And the profit function was this function that we had at the beginning, 525x plus 675y. So I have 0, 0, that's the minimum. Now if I have 200 for the y value, I get something huge. And then if I put 200 in for the x value, I get something huge. And this one's my largest one. So my max is when I don't make any black and white TVs. And I make 200 color TVs. So that's how you work one of these all the way through. So if you have any questions, let me know.